Hello Barça fans! In today's video, I'll share my thoughts on the Marc-André Ter Stegen situation. How is the situation? The story is progressing, with significant events expected at Camp Barça this week. Hit the like button, don't leave, stay until the end, because I'll tell you how things are going. Today, with the goalkeeper and captain of Barça, be careful, be careful. It could be that these are his last hours as a culé. Let's get started and I'll tell you what happened. Let's go. And the topic, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. The context I'm giving you today is a little gem. A note about Ter Stegen and his relationship with Hansi Flick and Joan Laporta. I'm going to tell you the truth. I honestly believe, from my point of view, that what I'm about to tell you now, it's not why Ter Stegen might leave Barça, whether in 15, 20 days or a month. But what Fernando Polo reported in Mundo Deportivo, it left me stunned. I mean, I wasn't expecting this. I couldn't have imagined it. And I really think that what happened for it to come out now, it's logical since they stayed silent and waited for it to occur before revealing it. Here's some background information. Barça's last home league game was against Villarreal, if I recall correctly, but I may be mistaken. The chat can correct me if needed. In that last Barça League match at Montjuic in Barcelona, there were a series of events and activities that were supposed to take place. A script and rundown were prepared, so that once the match was over, the president of the league, president of the Royal Spanish Football Federation, Rafael Luzan, was going to present the league trophy to Barcelona. And from there, Ter Stegen, Hansi Flick, they had to speak, even Laporta. There was a sort of order, a turn to speak and give a speech to the fans. Well, Fernando Polo has said in the last 24 to 48 hours that there was a problem on the pitch, that something happened there. A change of plans on the fly. Because Ter Stegen, I repeat, information from Mundo Deportivo, information from Fernando Polo. I'm not the one saying it, just to be clear. I'm giving my opinion about this information they've shared. There was a change of plans. Here is the image of Tazon, and Hansi Flick was explaining to Laporta that there was a change of plans and that ultimately no discussion would take place. Because Ter Stegen, as captain, said that he didn't refuse to give a speech to the fans. I was really surprised because I remember perfectly that I had that information as a journalist. After the match, the captain, coach, and possibly the president were scheduled to speak. And when the match ends, I do a bit of post-match, I stay here with Ira and nothing happens. And then they finally say, there are no speeches. That really surprised me. But why did Ter Stegen do that? Why did Ter Stegen refuse to speak that day? What happened? Why did he do it? I think we'll never know unless he wants to tell us. Putting this anecdote aside, which has come up now interestingly, following rumors about Ter Stegen potentially leaving Barça, I'll let you know that the situation of the Barça captain's goalkeeper, who has a contract with Amigor, is very heated. Ter Stegen just played with Germany in the Nations League. They finished last, they ended up fourth, losing the semi-final against Portugal, and also lost the third place match, also against France. By the way, I think Ter Stegen he played well, particularly against Portugal. A very good double save, but not much else. The situation is as follows. Joan García, between tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, will officially become a new Barça player. Chesney, the Polish goalkeeper, is also about to renew his contract for at least one more year. They're talking about a 1+1 deal. Ter Stegen doesn't fit in this squad. I mean, the information is that Ter Stegen doesn't fit in this squad. Barça wants a generational change. In fact, they have reached an agreement with Joan García, assuring him, obviously, as long as he works and is at 100%, a starting spot and minutes. If not, would he have chosen another option and gone to the Premier League? Therefore, Ter Stegen doesn't have a place on the roster, despite some people arguing that he's young enough to play and is a good goalkeeper. Of course, no one denies that Ter Stegen is a great goalkeeper and a Barça legend. No one denies that. But from the inside, the information that comes out to the media is the following. Barça has seen a great market opportunity with a young goalkeeper. Joan García is 24 years old, and he has been the best goalkeeper in the league. The best in the league this year. And I'm going to give you, look, I'm going to show you here on the screen Here's a fact. Ter Stegen and Joan Garcia were analyzed yesterday, and it's incredible. Look, our friend Gus, who's an analyst, says Joan is all about reflexes and resilience. Ter Stegen excels in control, build-up play, coming out, and long passes, while Joan leads in save percentage. Overall, Ter Stegen stands out. Are you going to see the difference? Look at this chart where you can see all the different ones. Aspects of the game, and if you pay attention, practically. Joan Garcia wins in almost all of them, except in those related to the ball, that is, with passing. Ter Stegen wins with the ball at his feet. But then, when it comes to saves, when it comes to everything else, Joan Garcia dominates by far. Blue color, Joan Garcia, red color. Ter Stegen, take a look. There are very few things in which Ter Stegen wins, I think in 2. And that's it, it's over. It's incredible. Barça has seen a great opportunity to make a generational change. That's it, there's nothing more. And by the way, well, just as an anecdote, there are certain attitudes. There are things that the club hasn't liked, also about Ter Stegen, but, well, there's the fact. Look, here we have the facts. Look, ball touches. Ter Stegen is the one who has the most ball touches as a sweeper. I mean, he's a goalkeeper who, with the ball at his feet, is the best. Ter Stegen is undoubtedly there. I think it's clear that there's not a single goalkeeper in the world better than Ter Stegen. With his feet, that's absolutely clear. But a goalkeeper shouldn't only be defined by what he does with his feet, but also by what he saves. Obviously, right? And here we have Joan Garcia. Look, crosses, chances, and percentages, saves. Ter Stegen stops, 368 crosses at 4.90%, while Joan Garcia stops 627 at 9.60%. The percentages are incredible. In defense, shots against, look at everything. Joan Garcia outperforms Szczesny, Iñaki Peña, and Ter Stegen. The percentage of saves, of goals conceded compared to goals, be ready for anything. Only Ter Stegen wins in the aspects related to playing with the ball at his feet. Other than that, I think it's clear and obvious that Joan Garcia has the qualities to defend the opportunity at Barça, with a lot of room for improvement. He needs to improve, but that's the current situation. To sum up quickly, to finish the video, Ter Stegen seems more out than in. And in this coming week, the next 15 days, there will be a meeting with Deco and Hansi Flick to decide what will happen. There will be a contract termination, there will be a sale, we'll see, but the hot potato is already burning and Joan Garcia is about to arrive and Ter Stegen is likely to leave. Family, share your thoughts on this topic in the comments. Joan Garcia about Ter Stegen and Joan Garcia. Barça yesterday, today. Always give it a like and subscribe.